that they're cute.
How about we do like they do in Japan, where they respect their elders? Here we have running down a horse track.
I think they consented. They weren't forced.
I'm sure they were. I think they were forced.
Why can't we respect you?
I think they held their grandchildren hostage until
Why
they
can't
you
we,
run.
Why can't we respect you and think you're cute?
It's just. Yeah,
you don't complain when the girls think you're cute at the bar. It's different then.
Hey, it's 7 o'clock. Look at that. Oh, for the love of God. What is this QR code? Jesus.
This has been quite a Tuesday.
People in the hospital after being shot in northeast Philly. A car shot up. At least 20 shots fired. Cracking down on bad behavior by children and parents in New Jersey. New laws in effect now.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know what this is. Spending money on your best friend?
Policy change. 30,000 feet in the air. Southwest Airlines passed.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
I'm like, I
got you.
You'll be copying me on these.
Yeah, because I don't want you to know.
Oh, okay. Well.
What's fueling that shit? And cover athletes.
That is so iconic. It's such an iconic game. Anytime you attach yourself to something iconic, it's special.
Are we on here?
Yep, we are on.
You can hand it to me.
Yep. Eagle Star will be featured on this year's Madden cover. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Also, look at this. I got my little camera out here, so we're going behind the scenes. Can you grab it and put it? Thank you, my brother. All right. What we call behind the scenes. Yeah, we're up and running here. And how do they communicate with us?
The Fox 29 Philly YouTube page.
Yeah, this should be interesting today.
Why do you say that?
We're just there.
I'm on my best behavior.
Okay. By the way, would you consider the two of us best friends?
You tell me, Mike.
Yes, I think you're one of my best friends. No
You
question
think,
about it.
or do you know?
I know. So is it reciprocal?
Of course, you're my best friend.
All right, put up the graphic.
What?
Study says spending money on a best friend may boost health and longevity.
Well, wait a minute.
Yay!
Hold on.
Don't you want to live long life?
You're already living long. You're good. How much money are we talking?
Miss Frugal here, Sue.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
This was a setup. What I meant was you're a good acquaintance.
Yeah, we'll start spending money on me. You'll live a long time.
My husband says I'm his best friend.
Oh!
Oh, that's sweet.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, cha-ching is right, I think. Anyway, let's get to the weather. Let's go outside our neighborhood here in Old City. Look at the customs house there. Blue sky. A little bit of haze. Not quite as much as we saw yesterday at this time, but you know.
I didn't hear what you said. I only heard the end of it.
For us today, it's a 9 out of 10. Practically perfect. Here's Bus Stop Buddy. Don't forget your shades
My
today.
hot flash is early.
And then maybe have an egg if you're not allergic.
You need me to.
It's National Egg Day, so sunny side up with temperatures in the 50s and 60s this morning, 80s coming later on in the day. Right now in Philadelphia,
Thank you.
we
It's
are
hitting
at
my
60
sweat.
degrees, winds are calm.
So it should feel even
59
cooler.
degrees in Hamilton. It's 52
I shouldn't
in
be drinking
Toms River.
coffee.
Probably
Reading, PA is 54. Same in Allentown.
In fact, the doctor
Down
said
in
that the
Seattle
other
City,
day.
it's 59 degrees.
Maybe
And
she'll
Oak
stop.
Beach, Delaware,
Speaking of
already
doctor, did you make
at
your
62.
Yes.
So it's going to be a
Did you
very
really?
nice day. So
Yes.
have your little fried eggs and head on outside.
All right, that's enough.
Enjoy. Don't forget that sunscreen either. We're going to be
You
in
really
the
are
80s
mean
spot
to me. I try to be
later
nice.
on today.
Fried eggs,
How about
little
thank
overlay,
you?
get some
That's
toast.
Oh,
Dressing in there. I like that.
Bacon?
Yeah,
Look at this big thing coming through the bridge.
7:04 TikTok, 7 o'clock. Good morning. Looking live. Philly International Airport. You got Frontier Airlines, the Spirit down there. They're throwing up the snack trays. Finally, we got your ship to hit the Zaccone Palmyra. This is a long bridge opening. About 45 minutes. Took forever for this guy to make it northbound, but give it maybe another 5 minutes or so, and traffic will start moving again.
It's
But
big.
JMO on both sides of the river. The Betsy Ross Bridge is probably your best bet. You have a question over there.
Well, what is that thing? It's
Yeah,
huge.
It's like a barge.
Is it a barge?
Yeah. I thought the same thing. First thing I thought was like a Navy ship or something, but took forever. But they've been dredging. Again, they dredged the canal there, the channel, we'll call that. It's heading north up toward in Bristol, and maybe use that Betsy Ross. Another bridge is the Rock Point Double Decker. And if you're heading south down toward the airport, we got about 8 delays down at Philly International right now. The keep that in mind, but I think we're having a good day to fly. Sun glare everywhere, like here on the Schuylkill coming around your Conchi curve, but no accidents or delays at the moment. Some delays on SEPTA's Wilmington line and a slew of the bus and trolley routes through the neighborhoods. Mike and Alex, back over to you.
All right, back to this story. 3 people in the hospital after a shooting. This time it was in Tacony.
So Hank is live at Temple Hospital with more as we learn more about the investigation, because they have 2 people in custody. So it's not in custody if they're holding them?
That would be custody, yes. They just haven't been charged.
Which is not what I said. I said in custody.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I give up.
And again, Mike Jarek School of Broadcasting, you should be able to tell where he is with the sound down.
What's that? Tell.
You should always be able to tell where he is with the sound off. That's the point of going to a location. Because you could tell the story anywhere.
You ever find out where the shopping center is? That has Shelley's Beauty in it?
Getting information that the 24-year-old victim and the 48-year-old
I'm guessing it's by the farm that she's going to.
on the front porch of the home where they live together. We're getting information right now that they are related. We're getting information that those 24-year-old
Poor kids.
and the 48-year-old were sitting on the front porch of the property where they live.
Sitting on the front porch, you get shot.
So right now we don't know.
Did you see the 3 kids that went with their father for custody and he lives out of his car and now they're missing?
No.
Out of Washington State. I sent it to the news desk yesterday.
21-year-old victim was here in the garage at Temple University Medical Center emergency room. You can see it there. The intended victim, the 12 to 15 shots in the door and that window certainly do seem to indicate what police are saying, though the investigation continues. And police do have a couple of people to ask. My guys, they would be the 2 men that police say they were holding as people of interest. They say they saw a car leaving from the scene of that shooting at high speed last night, again shortly after 1:15 a.m. They followed that car, tracked it down. Vicinity of Fontaine Avenue near main campus of Temple University. 2 men exited. That car took off running. Philadelphia police caught them. They have them now, and they are holding them as people of interest. They will be questioned. Detectives are asking them questions. They got video to bring to bear
That guy
as
with a
well.
sheet
And
on.
Victor Kelly, if you got a quick word for me, he tells me, you told me that your young cousin is now out. The one hit in the shoulder. Yes, he's out. I'm glad to hear
Dude, that was about.
What?
You see the guy walking with a sheet over his head
No.
in the background?
No.
Yes, I spoke to him. He's doing a lot better. But
What color sheet?
he's still in his recovery.
Was he Muslim?
It was a beautiful. It was white. It looked like a hospital sheet.
But
Maybe he didn't want to be seen, so he put his
Could be.
gown over his head, or maybe he's escaping.
I'm so sorry for the situation your family's in, and Godspeed to you all going forward. Maybe some satisfaction. I mean, again, like you said, a long way to recover, but 2 men in custody. They may be charged there at Philadelphia police. Do what they need to in order.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, we'll look for that. Thank you, Hank. 7:08.
We have now learned the identity of the man shot and killed after Pride celebrations in Center City on Sunday. The victim was 31-year-old Derwin Matthews Jr. Police say unreleased surveillance video shows a group of people walking down Camac Street near Locust Street around 2:30 in the morning when Matthews and another individual got into an argument and it turned physical. Police say at some point Matthews backs up and is shot in the stomach, and he died at the hospital. Investigators are still working to find the suspect and a motive. Anyone with information should contact police. 7:09. Teens looking to cause trouble in New Jersey this summer, they better think twice. A new law is now in effect.
Greg, in effect right now, as a matter of fact. And what's the penalty?
I mean, 18 months in prison, up to 18 months in prison, and up to $10,000 worth of fine. But I mean, to be honest, when you hear lawmakers talk about this, it sounds as though they really didn't even want to do this in the first place, but it's essentially their hands are forced because they say that this
Entails.
these types of gatherings, they're getting completely
Did I say that?
We've seen
No.
a number of these that have happened all across the state of New Jersey, these large gatherings that turn unruly, and unfortunately, a lot of times it is involving the teens that are gathering. So let's break down some of those situations that have happened over the past year. I mean, last year, fights and chaos broke out at the Gloucester Township Day Carnival, even forcing this year's event to be canceled due to fear for safety. We've also seen reports last year of chaos breaking out on the Ocean City Boardwalk, also on Wildwood. But most recently, this past Memorial Day in Seaside Heights, dozens were arrested after much chaos and fighting broke out on the boardwalk, which New Jersey lawmakers are hoping their latest bill will prevent this type of unruly behavior from being a common occurrence. The bill signed into law by Governor Phil Murphy on Monday.
Hello, everyone.
Organizing these meetups and inciting
Day 2 of
violence.
Sorry, we've been a little more all over the place.
Making that act a fourth-degree crime with a punishment.
Let me see what you're saying.
The first thing that
Fines up to $10,000.
This is a darn good bill, and we wanted to get it done earlier, but guess what? It's done now, and it's
What do you think that
in
is?
place for this weekend, and that's important.
Even if we increase police presence and security measures, the risk to the safety of this
The popcorn's back.
whether a resident, a visitor, or an officer.
Yeah, most of it's going in her mouth, which is unusual. Sort of the floor.
Lisa Hawthorne says Alex loves her skinny pop. Mike, is it on the floor?
And we're not gonna stand for it.
Here's the thing. I actually like Boom Chicka Pop better, but it's hard to find the individual bags of it, so I do skinny pop. Also, it's pretty good.
Right now, I want to say this message is for the folks that are watching, whether, we have the young crowd, the teens, or we have the adults. I know there's going to be folks out there that are going to say, oh, I'm listening to this, oh, this has to do with the shore. Well, please do not think that, because this is a law in place for the entire state of New Jersey. So if you're doing this type of stuff at parks, if you're doing this at malls, this applies to you. So I don't want you to be caught off guard if there's a situation over the mall or something like that, and then they hit you with those type of fines and jail time, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know about that. So just want to keep that, this is your warning to straighten things up, guys.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not just down the shore; it's at the, especially malls, and Cooper Park sometimes.
And it's
too.
going to get to a point where we do this
Yeah.
everywhere. Let's see. Thank you.
We'll see how that works. That'll be an interesting story all summer. 7/12.
We are learning more now about the man accused of setting fire to a peaceful group of protesters in Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, Mohammed Sabri Solomon is now facing federal hate crime charges. Doug, what else have we learned in the last 24 hours?
But we have this kind of disturbing picture emerging of this guy who said that he would carry out this attack over again, but at the same time said he became too scared to injure even more people. Flowers, the scene of the attack involved.
He'd planned it for over a year.
The horror on Sunday.
I feel like it's important to make it beautiful with flowers and so that life will continue even though violence has happened here.
Police have now released the book.
Oh, maybe it's a bandage on his ear.
I think so.
Aubrey Solomon. They say dressed as a gardener on Sunday, wearing a backpack sprayer and a makeshift flamethrower, walking Molotov cocktails while yelling "Free Palestine."
When he was interviewed about the attack, he said he wanted them all to die. He had no regrets, and he would go back and do it again.
At the same time, police also say that he told them he intended to go even further, but became too scared to continue the attack on the group of people who were calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. They say he had been planning the assault for a year, but waited for his daughter to graduate from high school and was unable to buy a gun because he was in the country illegally.
Oh, here we go.
Social, President Trump wrote, "Yesterday's horrific attack in Boulder, Colorado will not be tolerated in the United States of America." And the White House railed on the previous administration.
Joe Biden's administration foolishly gave him a tourist visa and then allowed him to unlawfully remain in our country. This individual should have been deported. Instead, he was welcomed here.
Now, all told, 12 people were injured in this
That's helpful.
Two were told were
Blaming.
hospitalized.
My goodness. I planned it for over a year. Doug will see you tomorrow, 7:15. Have you seen the footage out of Mount Etna exploded yesterday, filling the sky with all that black plumes of smoke? And tourists were pretty close to it yesterday. They started scrambling, running for their lives. Flights to, into, and out of Sicily's airport delayed. Mount Etna is one of the most active volcanoes on Earth. It erupts multiple times each year, including several times last month alone. I remember, just a few weeks ago it erupted. But that was a big one yesterday. Look at everybody running.
And you blame them.
No.
Visual.
Hey, when is the last time you saw a bear at the beach?
Does that happen?
No, I've never seen it.
Well, apparently it did. And it was in Florida. Because, of course, look at that, a black bear taking a swim. Listen, they want to go out and have fun, too.
Well, sure.
Eventually, it tired itself out and took a nap in a nearby condo lobby. They had a nice, complete vacation stay.
Wow.
Wildlife conservation workers were able to trap the bear and return it to the wild without incident. How did it get there, though? Apparently, black bears are fairly common in Florida.
They are in Florida, yeah.
There are an estimated 4,000 across the state, though they typically stick to forests and wetlands.
I've never seen one frolicking in the surf.
Did we say where in Florida this is? Because,
Well, looking at the color of the water, it seems like Gulf.
Okay.
But I am not sure of
Because
that.
that means they're going through the hotels and cars. Like, how did it... It's rare you find it...
Oh, it's Naples, yeah.
Oh.
It's the Gulf.
Huh.
Naples is lovely.
Can you imagine being in our hotel room looking out? Let's see the view. And you look out and you see a bear walk by and get into the water.
Yeah. My God, I should be able... I'm losing my touch.
Why? What happened?
I know like it could come up with a quip.
Well,
Bears.
you just can't bear that. You can't come up with something.
You're just clawing your way to try and find.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb bear.
Airbnb bear. I like that one.
All right.
There is wildfires continue, unfortunately.
Do you know why it's called Airbnb?
It's moving down into the Midwest, and that's where they're going to have problems.
Bed and
with the
breakfast?
surface smoke.
No.
We
Well,
won't
yes,
have smoke
but the
much
guy
at
who
the
started
surface, but we will aloft.
They were
So it
trying to
could
make some extra
make
money,
things
so
a
they
little
got open
hazy
air
as we go
mattress
through the
and
day
put it in
today.
And then like, hey,
Maybe
let's
not
just run
tomorrow
down to
morning,
big
but
event
maybe
down
tomorrow
or something.
afternoon. So we're really on the outer
They
edges
had a
of this.
joke,
It's not
Airbnb.
expected to be extreme,
And
but
like,
if
hey,
you
this could be a
notice,
business
it's
one.
hazy.
So
That's why.
it's B&B, it's still
Tomorrow,
bed
we're
and
also
breakfast.
gonna add
mattress.
humidity
Air
back to
mattress.
our weather picture. So that's
Well,
gonna
it
change
worked.
things as well. Next chance of rain is not
It's
until
always something like that. I may
Friday
have
and
messed up
Saturday.
some of the facts.
Probably not
Very
even
similar
close.
to last weekend, so I guess that's easy to remember. But what's not the same as last week, remember we had that really icky day on Wednesday? Well, tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny, humid, and 88 degrees. 90 degrees on Thursday, 87 on Friday. Some thunderstorms possible on Saturday, and maybe some rain again on Monday. But we're really behind, Bob Kelly. Last year, we got our first 90-degree day on April 29th. It's June 3rd.
We gotta have a pool party on Thursday. 90 degrees?
Yeah, baby.
See if anybody's watching us on this behind the scenes that has a pool.
Hey, anybody watching here? Do you have a pool? Can we all come over?
We need a pool.
Yeah.
Somebody with a pool. Oh, Darian's mom just got a pool.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going to Darian's house.
Have you met Darian's mom?
Denise? No, I have not. But
All
she
right.
watches this.
Have you?
Hi, Denise.
It's very
No, I
nice
have not.
pool. Yeah, she needs some landscaping. Well, everybody bring a plant. And that's
Okay.
Stay tuned. 422 eastbound, sun glare coming around the Conchi curve and the St. Gabriel's curve here. An example of what we're seeing this morning. Look at it, shadows cast there. So no accidents, just enjoy the sun glare. Open up the sunroof. Southbound 95, heading from Cottman Avenue down through Girard, downtown Philly, stacked up, trying to get in toward 30th Street. Except they're running with some delays on the Wilmington line, the normal bus and trolley delays, 8 delays down at the airport, and then tonight, we shut down the southbound side of 95. This is day one of this whole closure. Overnights beginning at 11 at night until 5 the next morning. Southbound 95 closed from Center City down to Mara Street. So all traffic will be diverted onto Delaware Avenue. And that's going to add probably an extra 15 minutes to your trip. Mike and Alex, back over to you.
You okay? Oh no.
You all right over there?
No, you know how you sometimes suck in when you're not
Suck in and trying to swallow
at the same time. No, Timothy makes a good point. Timothy McCracken says instead of talking about the Club World Cup, which we just did, you could actually talk about the first place Union. You're absolutely right. The Philadelphia Union are in first place in the entire league.
We love that. Also, they are,
Congratulations.
out of our sports teams, because we are a 5-for-5 town, they're probably the most consistently good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Union. And you're right. Thank you for saying that to us. We need to be giving them more props.
That's right. Sometimes we suck. Eagles running back Saquon Barkley. Let's do this story one more time instead of the Union. Gets another compliment. Well, you know, my God, it's everywhere. He's on Madden 26.
And we're happy for him. It's the latest installment of the video game, of course, and features his iconic hurdle as the cover image. The 2026 edition of Madden is available August 14th.
No, it's just a coincidence that that's his number.
Yes.
But it's for the year 2026.
You can pre-order it today. I have a feeling that a lot of Eagles fans are going to be doing this. So yesterday, how do you celebrate being on the cover of Madden? Well, you cook up some cheesesteaks. He was doing this in South Philly. But this is not Geno's now. It's Steakquans. That's what they're calling it. They renamed it in celebration of the Madden announcement.
Feel like I should have been after my rookie year, but there's this guy, Patrick Mahomes, who had a really good year too.
Oh.
He won the Super Bowl that year, so he got the cover over me. Or I don't know who else.
Did he leap that year too?
Yeah, 26 in the year 26. I think that's pretty cool.
Now, then they went to this, like, production studio and recreated the jump, the hurdle. Isn't that something?
To make sure that all the dimensions and stuff are right for the game?
That's the first time I've seen the person pulling on the rope that, you know, sends. There's you can see the wires attached to his back.
Yeah, because, my goodness, we don't need him doing that over and over. We need him for this season.
That's right. I have a question.
What's your question, Mike?
Couldn't you just do that on AI?
I think it's wonderful that we were committed to having actual humans do this in jobs.
Okay.
The lighting, getting the stuff together.
That's true. Some people made some money.
Yeah.
There were stunt coordinators and camera people and lighting people and makeup people.
And sometimes, even though AI has really moved along, sometimes to make it feel really real, you actually use real things. Imagine that, something real to make it look real.
There's wires hooked to him, you know.
But it's still his actual
real?
body.
That's true. Oh, God. Is there any way possible that this city can be known for something besides a cheesesteak? A sandwich?
What you got against cheesesteaks? We're also known for pretzels.
Other cities have, we're known for a greasy sandwich.
Well, then what about like Chicago? They're known for greasy pizza. So either way,
It's the Windy City. It's the city of big shoulders. It's almost summer. We're days away from the official start of summer. Are you planning a trip? Well, how about a trip that would be under 3 hours driving time, but it would be wonderful? I have some ideas for you. Candy?
Yep.
Find me a steering wheel.
Okay, we got it.
Prop room.
You want to see it? It doesn't really look like steering wheel.
All right, you guys are really weighing in. Let me catch up.
A little beat up, Mike. See?
That's it.
All right.
Can you paint it so it looks nicer?
Shout out to everyone saying good morning. Thank you.
In my craft tool.
Very nice of you. Oh, even in Spanish. Buenos dias, amigos. Buenos dias. Llewellyn says, go Philadelphia Union. Yes, go Union. We really should be doing more with them.
What's the word we say for the union?
Duke. Llewellyn says, well, we're also known for video games, used cars, diapers, vacuum cleaners. And then she said, they're going to milk the hell out of that junk. Wouldn't you?
Don't say it's that, but I think it'll do.
Someone said, get Saquon on good day. I don't know if we can afford it.
Nothing to do. No, I was recently on the first date. My friend and mom said this, but they said I need to see it out. I'm going to put it in my resume. I think it'll be fun because they'll all know it's not about.
1 minute.
Well, yeah, please don't. Just do it as normal. But I think it'll be more fun because they'll allow them to know what it's about. If they just.
Let's put black tape on it.
Yeah, all right, we can do that.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, see what we got.
Busy. By the way, I'm not a big video game guy. I'm sure somebody already got to you. That 99 is simply his rating.
It's simply what?
Simply his rating. So basically, you can be rated anywhere
On
from,
video
like,
games?
on Madden. Specifically.
As a player.
It has
As a player,
nothing
so-
to do with the National Football League.
No, it's Madden's rating, but it's a huge. The players get nuts about it. Like if you're in 99, like they make a big deal
The
about
top 99 player that people
it.
want to
No,
play.
your abilities are rated. Your speed, your jumping.
Out of
your
100, I'm
catching.
assuming?
Yes, but 99 is the highest you can get. Only very.
Who
few-
rates you?
Whoever Madden has do this, but only very few players each year. Maybe a handful
Is it
get
possible he did this just because he's also on the cover? Or he was 99 first and then...
I think he would have been because it's based on his year last year.
One more question for you. Please don't go.
Spirit on the move.
Which we like to see.
Yeah. Trouble is, it'll never take off.
Stop it.
If you think traveling alone is more cost effective, well, you better think again.
I don't think anyone thinks traveling alone is more cost efficient. Because you got to...
All right, we'll forget this story then.
No. Well, at least from my point of view, you can't split it with anybody. Like, you're paying for everything. There's not...
Are you through?
Okay.
New analysis of flying costs show a large gap in fares between solo trips and group trips.
Oh.
Okay.
That also seems to make sense to me. Don't you get a discounted rate when you go as a larger group?
Well, yeah.
Well, Thrifty Traveler, a flight alert service, reviewed hundreds of daily flight routes, and they found that passengers who fly alone are charged higher rates than passengers who travel in a group. In some cases, up to 70% more.
That's always been the case.
That's what I'm thinking. The analysis looked at major carriers like American, United, and Delta. This discrepancy in pricing is due to airlines offering cheaper fare classes specifically for multi-passenger bookings, that's how it's been.
Well, somebody made some money off a study that didn't need to be done. All right.
That's why you have the group prices and
Right.
that's for trains, planes, automobile, that's usually
Dinners.
That's why some people do tours over.
Sure. You know,
that was lovely.
I do want to take one of those where you travel the rivers of Europe. Viking. What's the slogan?
No casinos, no children.
Well, there's that, but it's don't spend time getting there because you're already there. I don't know.
There's also, for people who travel solo, I'm one of them, they have things that you can do to kind of combat this, where they make a group of all solo travelers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So all solo, they say, hey, we're going here at this time. If you're a solo traveler, you can hop on. And that way you can also get group pricing, but you're still...
Do you have to hang out with these?
you don't want to hang out with anybody? Yeah. Some people, they don't have anyone to go with, but they still want to travel. And
all right, so it's just a big group of losers.
We are not losers.
I'm kidding.
I say we are adventurers because we're willing to go out in the world on our own. We don't need someone to go with us.
Okay.
We can tackle this solo.
All right, Magellan. Hey, frequent flyers, listen to this. One airline is now requiring you to keep portable chargers and other battery packs visible when using them on flights. So what is fueling this? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's fires on planes. So we actually found a battery expert. Who knew that even existed? He is a doctor from Drexel University. We'll talk with him when we come back.
The other thing, fruit. He was like, well, I thought I'd be on the cover. Was he really supposed to be on the cover?
To vibrate.
Do we know why we have specific times for this?
No, I don't know. It's it transmits through TOC.
Here you go.
I mean, they pick it based on the previous year. Like last year, Christian McCaffrey was on the cover because he had such a great year. So,
well, I just mean Saquon is soundbite. How do you feel about this? He's like, well, I honestly thought I should have been it a couple years ago. But
I think it's based on he probably thought he had a really good year a couple years ago and thought he deserved it.
It's just an interesting response.
Saquon is very aware of
90
how
out.
good Saquon is. And
Well, you gotta have confidence, right? Don't you guys think so? Tom don't care. Come over here, Tom. Show your face to the people.
I'm good. So yeah, it's basically based off of his ratings.
Yeah.
They're saying he's one of the top players in the league. So
and he is.
So when you play as him on the game, you're going to be very good.
Gotcha. Di said move before she takes you out. You said...
Wouldn't be the first time.
You said it wouldn't be the first time.
7:30.
Time's the bar open.
Y'all hear about Kelly?
7:30. This thing's over anyway. I'm sure that'll create many.
What's happening?
Oh, I gotta tell you the story about. I did that dinner on Friday night.
What dinner?
You remember I told you I was making reservations?
Oh yeah.
Holy Christ.
The bill? Come on, you got recommendations from this
Where
guy?
did
You knew you were gonna be spending money.
Downstairs or the upstairs?
Jean George.
You went to downstairs, upstairs. That is a
Down
very
like you went down the steps with the waterfall.
Yes, where you almost fall down because it's so dizzy.
Was it prefix? That
Well, here's the tricky
that
part.
menu is
Because you can only do it was Tara's 50th, by the way, so that's why whatever.
Happy birthday.
So you only let you make reservations for 4. I needed a 5th, so I had to call. But they didn't tell me when you go above 4, it's got to be the tasting menu.
Oh no, that's like
Yeah.
200 a piece.
So we talked a little about them yesterday. Wait, don't go. Labubu dolls, they are all the rage. We now have a woman in our area who has a remarkable collection. She's already been up on this trend. Apparently she has so many Labubu dolls, it like fills up a room. And I'm late.
What?
I'm just now finding out about them and this craze. I'm just now seeing them everywhere. But here we are.
She has a house full of them already?
Or at least a room. I don't know if it's a house. I don't want to set the expectations too high. But it's
Yeah.
still more than most people. Some of these things cost thousands. Like you can't find them anywhere.
I know. Yeah.
Does your granddaughter, is she into them? Do you know?
I haven't heard anybody talk about it, Sue. Labubu.
You haven't even seen it on the internet?
No, not really.
Oh, wow.
I'm behind. I'm way behind on Labubu.
No, that's boo-boo right there.
Boo-boo.
Well, I know from the experience that in 10 years you're going to put them on eBay and try to sell them.
Right, and they'll be worth $1.
How about that for negative Nelly? Anyway, let's go outside because it's so beautiful in Atlantic City this morning and pretty much everywhere
Candy,
else.
will you take this?
Quite as much haze as you saw yesterday at this
You're the
time. There's
best.
still not that bright blue sky here.
Here it
in
is.
City. The same deal. A little bit of a breeze down the shore. The temperature.
I know, do you want
All right, see you later.
58
Bye.
degrees in
I gotta go.
NJ. It's 60 in Philadelphia right now. What's up, buddy? Has the shades on. He's ready